staff, family, and friends. I'm Rose Friedman, a junior computer science major at Suncoast.
Hello everyone, I'm Arissa Medina, and I'm a junior piano major at Dreyfus. We both share a passion for playing the piano, which is why we decided to share our experience in Solomon through a piano piece.
Solomon has been an amazing learning experience that has impacted our lives in so many ways. It has taught us to be stronger leaders and better people with increased communication and listening skills.
None of this would be possible without our exceptional mentors, Major General Ronald Silverman and Ronnie Simpson. Thank you both so much for having us and such meaningful discussions with us and teaching us to think in such critical ways while applying everything to our everyday lives.
This has changed our lives and the way that we think and behave already, and it will continue to impact us throughout the rest of our lives.
The video you just watched shows us playing the piano duet with the song Married Live from the movie Up.
This piece has a bittersweet melody that brings both joy and sorrow to the listener. It makes us happy to hear it, but also makes us miss something that we had. This is representative of the Solomon Leadership Program, because we are so lucky to have been taught everything that we learned, yet we are sad to know that the year is coming to a close.
Additionally, this piece has different fluctuations within it that depicts the passage of time for the main character. This also applies to our time here at Solomon, where we're all the main character in our leadership journey and the ups and downs of leadership.
We hope you enjoyed the performance, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to our Solomon Leadership Program graduation ceremony. I would like to give a special welcome to Rabbi and Ms. Deanie Schneider and Mr. Larry Susno, co-founders of Solomon, and Sarah Dorkin, the administrator of this incredible program. I'd also like to warmly welcome the dedicated mentors of Solomon. Without you, none of this would be possible. Welcome to our commencement speaker and Solomon board member, Mr. Tom Ivino, and welcome Dr. Art Johnson for our overseeing professor from PVAU, as well as Mr. Tim Soates, chairman of the board at PVAU, and Dr. Deborah Schwinn, president. Welcome to the Solomon Board of Directors, who made sure to be here this evening. And finally, welcome to the fellows and our families who have supported us throughout this past year. We are so honored that you are all here to celebrate with us tonight. My name is Madeline Kahn, and I'm a junior at Alexander W. Dreyfus School of the Arts. My time here at Solomon has been incredibly impactful. I've had the opportunity to learn and grow while being surrounded by my incredible peers and mentor. My mentor, Ms. Sally Ninsberg, has been so supportive during my time here as a Solomon Fellow, and I am so grateful for her guidance and insight. The various guest speakers have also been instrumental in my growth, the most impactful being Ms. Jacqueline Goldman, who is a Holocaust survivor who has a truly moving story and was the first guest speaker for the first pillar character. When talking with her privately after she spoke, Ms. Goldman and I exchanged contact information. I have since met with her to learn more about her life. While visiting her apartment, she showed me different photos and objects that truly showed her story. I have enjoyed getting to know Ms. Goldman, and I plan to continue my connection with her after I graduate from this program. My time in the Solomon Leadership Program has had a remarkable influence on me and my abilities as a leader. I have had the opportunity to gain valuable insight throughout this program, which I will use as a leader in my future endeavors. Tonight, we will hear remarks from Rabbi Schneider, our fellows, and our guest speaker, Mr. Iavono. I hope tonight's ceremony will afford you an appreciation of our experience as fellows this year, and in all the ways we have grown, gained, and prepared for our role as tomorrow's leaders. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Kate Wagner, and I'm a senior communications major at Dreyfus, and I'm a proud fellow of the Solomon Leadership Program. Tonight marks the 7th graduation of the Solomon Leadership Program flagship Palm Beach chapter. This has been an especially exciting year for Solomon. Tonight, we are just one of 8 chapters graduating this season with a total of 141 students. In 2016, Solomon began as the vision of Mr. Larry Susnow and Rabbi Moshe Shiner. Together, they formed the idea of influencing tomorrow's leaders by creating a leadership program that combined ethical leadership education with formal mentoring. Solomon has been growing exponentially since then. Tonight, because of their vision for the future, I am proud to be one of tomorrow's leaders. My time as a fellow in the Solomon program has been invaluable to my development as a leader and as a student. Learning and actively applying each pillar to my life has given me the opportunity to grow as a person. These past few months of Solomon have pushed me to evaluate my values, my attitude, my actions, and allowed a safe space for critical reflection. And I don't think you can find that anywhere else. Along with the program itself, my mentor, Ms. Betsy Shear, and all of the fellows are the reason why this was possible for me. They cultivate a stimulating intellectual environment that encourages open discussion. And for that, I am incredibly grateful. In this short time, I and all the graduating fellows were given the opportunity to learn and grow in invaluable ways. Tonight, we stand in gratitude of Mr. Susnow, Rabbi Shiner, Sarah Dworkin, and the Palm Beach Synagogue for their vision and leadership in giving us the gift of the Solomon Leadership Program. It is because of you that we are here this evening, better leaders than when we started. It is my honor to call up Rabbi Moshe Shiner and Mr. Larry Susnow to address the fellows. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly a pleasure and an honor to be here this evening. You know, when Disney World opened up in Orlando in 1971, someone went over to Art Disney, who's the brother of Walt Disney. Now, Walt Disney died just a few years before the park actually opened up. He worked on this park, but he never lived to see it. So someone came up to Art, the brother of Walt, and said, "It's a shame your brother didn't live to see this today." And Art said to Walt, to this fellow, "My brother did see it. That's why it's here today." Everything in life begins with a vision. And I want to commend all the fellows for joining the Solomon program, because clearly you have a vision for your life. And part of that vision is to be effective leaders. And you took the first bold step towards that leadership role that you will play. But all leadership starts with leading yourselves. And I'm just going to share with you a quick thought experiment. Imagine you went into your kitchen and poured yourself a cup of hot coffee. And on the way to the kitchen table, you bumped into something and the coffee spilled on the kitchen floor. If I were to ask you, why did coffee spill on the floor? What would you answer? Most likely you would say, because I bumped into something. But the truth is, the reason why coffee spilled on the floor was because there was coffee in your cup. If there was tea in your cup, then tea would have spilled on the floor. And the point I want to share with you is that in life, there will be bumps, there will be challenges, there will be hiccups, there will be stressful situations. Life will throw you for a loop. But because you filled yourself with these 8 pillars of leadership, when you hit those bumps in the road, what will pour out of you is the lessons that you learned from your teachers, from your mentors, from your fellow peers. And congratulations to all of you, because you are going forth from this program stronger, bolder, and ready to make this world a better place. And for that, we applaud you.
Thank you, Rabbi. It's a pleasure to congratulate the fellows from completing this tough, challenging course over 6 months and learning how to be a leader with the ethical and moral compass behind you is a tough challenge. So congratulations to your work. I also wanted to congratulate your mentors. They're the crux of the program. Without the mentors, it wouldn't be the Solomon program. And I appreciate the the terrific support we've had through this is our 8th year now that we're starting. We have several mentors that have been with us from the beginning, and it wouldn't be a program without the mentors, so thanks very much. And then there's one other body of people that we wouldn't have a program without, and that's our directors. We've recently formed a separate not-for-profit corporation, and we have our board of directors. I'd like to announce their names, and if you're here tonight, please stand up. First of all, Rabbi Moshe Shiner is on our board. Sarah Dworkin, our Chief Executive Officer. Eileen Berman. Steve Canton, are you here? Oh, there you are. Todd Glazer's not here, no? Todd. Michael Greenwald. Tom Iovino. Paul Kozlov. Where are you, Paul? Rob Posner. Not here. Ronnie Simpson. Lester Werner. So congratulations again to everybody. It's just been a terrific season, and go out and lead. Thank you.
So this is a special, it is our graduation and our graduation ceremony. So I'm going to ask our fellows to line up as we begin. And I just want to echo everyone's sentiments of how proud I am of our fellows and how humbled and honored I am to be a part of this incredible mission and vision from Rabbi Shiner, Larry Susnow, our board of directors, and of course, our invaluable mentors. I'd like to call to the stage Rabbi Shiner, Larry, and Dr. Art Johnson from the Palm Beach Atlantic University, who will be giving our awards and our certificates to our fellows. So I'll have you all on this side right here. As the students come up, if one of you wants to give the award and one of you wants to give the certificate, and then they'll pose for a picture with you. Fantastic. So when we'll call each student to the stage, we'll give them their moment, and we'll clap for them. They'll get their picture because they have worked really hard to get to this moment. I'd like to call to the stage Anvir Olak. You can stop and smile for a picture with. Yeah, he gets his award. Here. Congratulations. Veja Bent. Jonathan Klein. Rose Friedman. Yamaya Gaspard. Ms. Regalia. We're so grateful that Dr. Art Johnson overheats for us each year. Charlotte Handel. Madeline Kahn. Sophia Carroll. And I want to mention that this is Sophia's second year in the program, and she has just been an incredible addition to the program, and we loved having her here for a second year. Well done, Sophia. Haley Lazar. Zariel Liz. Arissa Medina. Cynthia Mondragon. Isabella Soriano. Jonathan Vidal. Joel Vincent. And finally, Kate Wagner. To the stage. We're going to do one group picture. They're going to stay, and I'd like to ask any of our board members that would like to come up for a picture, any of our mentors that would like to join, and Mr. Tim Sotos, the chairman of the board from Palm Beach Atlantic University, our accrediting body, for the picture. Thank you. Thank you all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sophia Kroll, and as some of you may know, this is my second year at the Solomon Leadership Program. The first year was so meaningful to me that I decided to return. And what can I say? The second year was no less significant. Professor at the Palm Beach Atlantic University, which accredits the Solomon Leadership Program. We are also honored tonight to have Mr. Tim Sotos, Chairman of the Board of Directors at Palm Beach Atlantic University. Like spices transform the taste of an entire dish, the 3 college credits given to the Solomon Leadership by the Palm Beach Atlantic University changed the Solomon Leadership course, grabbing the attention of young prospective teenagers and leaders. Each of us might have come to the Solomon Leadership Program for different reasons, but I'm certain that tonight, all of us are leaving with stronger moral values, more mature leadership skills, and fresh, warm-hearted relationships. Let us put them into practice by becoming leaders in each of our everyday lives. I would love to thank the Palm Beach Atlantic University for being a pillar of support in the Solomon Leadership Program. Tonight I'm honored to present and call up Dr. Art Johnson, Professor of Leadership and Organizational Development at the Catherine MacArthur School of Leadership at the Palm Beach Atlantic University. Dr. Art Johnson oversees and advises on the Solomon Program curriculum. He has worked in many higher education settings in his career and has taught for 8 universities and is the owner of a successful consulting business. Please give a warm welcome to Professor Dr. Art Johnson.
Hat or no hat? What do you think? That's usually the way it goes. The first thing I wanted to say was, this is your time. This is your celebration. The curriculum in the Solomon program has been well developed, well thought out, and it's proven itself over time. I hope that it's transformational for you. I believe it will be. I want to thank some people, and we all get up here and give our thanks, etc. But we have to thank the leaders at Solomon, we have to thank the mentors, we have to thank the parents, and we have to thank the leaders at Palm Beach Atlantic University, because collectively they've allowed all of these pieces to work together to make this possible. All right? So with that said, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about ripple effects. And you go, ripple effects? I didn't read anything about ripple effects in the curriculum. I'm sure I didn't read anything about ripple effects. I would have known about it. Here's what happens. You ask any of your mentors, you ask your parents, you ask any leader you know about what has been the ripple effects of their leadership. And they'll think for a minute. And they'll say, this changed. We made this difference. The world was a better place. By the way, lives changed, etc. And you need to determine for yourself, what are going to be the ripple effects you want to leave with others? Because you see, there are 3 buckets of leadership, 3 basic buckets. There's learning to lead yourself. That's the most important. There's learning to lead others, and there's learning to lead organizations. All right? So if you learn to lead yourself well, one of the things you need to do is determine what you want those ripple effects to be long term. Say, okay, what do you mean by that? Well, I want to accomplish this, or I want to have this impact on others. I want to have this impact on my community. I want to have this impact on my field. I want to make a difference in this way or in that. Once you're clear about that, that's incredibly powerful, because that lets you drive what you're trying to do, okay? And the next thing you need to do is this one thing, just one thing, all right? At the end of every day, spend 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, and do the following. How did I lead today? What went well? What could have been better? And did it really focus on those ripple effects? Can I get better? And you know what? If you do that every day, you're going to get better and better and better over time. I have really appreciated reading all of your work, and I did read all of your work, okay? What that shows me is how much you've grown, how much you've changed, how much you've developed. It's a big deal going through the Solomon Leadership Program. You come from a proud heritage. I wish I could be there in 40 or 50 years to see what the ripple effects had done. But one thing I do know, your leadership journey is important. Your leadership journey matters. You will make a difference in your field, in your family, in your community. Doesn't matter how you choose to use it, but you will make a difference, and that is important. With that said, congratulations, well done, God bless, take care.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joel Vinson, and I'm a sophomore in the Math, Science, and Engineering program at Suncoast High School, and I'm a proud fellow of the Solomon Leadership Program. A leader is someone who inspires, empowers, and guides others. Reflecting on my experience in this program has filled me with a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunities to develop such skills in leadership and my development as a person. Words can't express how grateful I am to be a part of this program and how it's truly shaped me as a leader and as a person in my community. But before I speak about how Solomon has changed my life, I want to thank the people who made that possible. From Mr. Workin to Rabbi Shiner and Mr. Sosno, to all those behind the scenes, thank you for your unwavering guidance and support. I would also like to express thanks to my mentors, Judge Lisa Small, who isn't with us right now, she's a little sick, but also Ms. Berman and Mr. Iovino for their amazing insights and wisdom that they shared with me to help me through all my difficult leadership challenges. And of course, I can't forget the fellows closest to me, Rose and Isabella, and the fellows in my group, Zariel and Veja, for the experiences and stories we had together, and a dynamic that I could not ask for a better one. And one more thing, I can't forget to mention the amazing food that Mr. Workin would provide us at the start of every meeting. It was really, really good. So, as you can tell, the Solomon Leadership Program has truly been a life-changing journey for me. One of the highlights of this journey was definitely the amazing leaders that we had in South Florida who came to speak to us every other week. These guest speakers were experts in their field, and they shared invaluable insights with us every single time. One session that had a profound impact on me was our session on tolerance with former ambassador to Hungary, Ms. Nancy Brinker. She emphasized the importance of seeking to understand before being understood, the purpose to fill a need, and trying to be the best at whatever we do. This deeply resonated with me, as I realized that being an effective leader wasn't just about having good communication skills, but it was also having empathy and being understanding towards others. After the session, I even had an opportunity to network with her, and I invited her to speak at my school's Disease Awareness Club, where she humbly accepted, and we had an amazing virtual meeting with her where she spoke more about her story and her plans for the future. Her powerful message inspired me and my fellow students to spread awareness about diseases and make an overall positive impact in our communities. She truly inspired me and my classmates to make a change, and this could not have happened if it wasn't through the Solomon Leadership Program. As State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg once said, "It's not necessarily what you know, it's who you know." And speaking about Mr. Ehrenberg, another impactful session was the one with communication. He emphasized the importance of meeting people, charting our own paths, and never stop learning. He advised us also to never lose our swag and always maintain our confidence and authenticity in whatever we do. This session was definitely my favorite, as Mr. David Ehrenberg's dynamic and engaging speaking style kept me immersed throughout the entire session. And I learned that effective communication isn't just speaking clearly, but it's also being confident and concise and being captivating. This insight helped me improve my communication skills and helped me improve as a leader as a whole. Finally, Congressman Brian Mast and his session on strategy left a lasting impression on me. He emphasized the importance of planning and stated that failing to plan is planning to fail. This session came at a crucial time for me, as I was preparing to run for the state vice president role for the future business leaders of America. Congressman Mast's advice on planning and setting smaller, achievable goals to reach a final, greater vision helped me reach my ultimate dream and chart my own path to develop a strategic plan to help me win that role. As a result, I was elected the Florida FBLA State Vice President, and I attribute much of my success to the lessons I learned with Congressman Mast at that session. Another highlight were the valuable lessons that we learned through the 8 leadership pillars of Solomon: character, tolerance, communication, vision, empowerment, strategy, and judgment. My biggest takeaway from each pillar include the importance of character and how people remember us for that character and not necessarily our awards and recognitions. Tolerating others and following the golden rule of treating others how we want to be treated. The power of communication, as it's not just what we say, but how we make others feel. The goals that we have to make to reach our fulfilled vision. The value of empowering ourselves and others to be excited for our future success. The significance of persistence, as we truly only lose when we quit. The need for strategic planning, as failing to plan is planning to fail. And the importance of trusting our own judgment and staying true to ourselves. I use these aspects in every aspect of my life now, from being the Vice President of Florida FBLA to just being a son, a brother, and a friend at home. These lessons have profoundly impacted me, and understanding that effective leadership will guide me in making a positive community impact and on the world at large. In conclusion, with this reflection, I hope you see how the Solomon Leadership Program has truly had an impact on me. I have gained invaluable insights for the impact it's had on my life. And I've built meaningful connections through networking, learned important lessons through the 8 pillars of leadership, and I've been inspired to continue striving for a positive change in my community. As Dave Ehrenberg once said, never lose your swag. I plan on recommending this program to everyone, and as it's been a transformative journey for me and my journey as a leader. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anvir Alug, and I'm currently a junior at Suncoast Community High School. During my experience in the Solomon Leadership Program, I had the opportunity to have the wonderful Mr. Kozlov as my mentor. My experience with Mr. Kozlov was influential in my development as a leader. For each session, my mentor encouraged our group to provide our own thoughts about the guest speaker. This allows us to get into a discussion about the key takeaways, as well as develop deeper connections with the 8 pillars of Solomon. In addition, Mr. Kozlov has shared his own experiences with the pillars. For example, during the character session, he describes how reflecting on his morale has allowed him to make difficult decisions in business and in his personal life. Thus, this has allowed myself to gain more insight on how to apply these pillars in my daily life as well. Mr. Kozlov has allowed me to grow into a better leader, if not a better version of myself. Mr. Kozlov has given me encouragement to improve my communication skills, as well as develop my judgment in order to make the best decisions during difficult times. Thank you, Mr. Kaza, for providing my group and I with knowledge about leadership through your experiences in order to become an effective leader in our communities. Please come up to the stage to accept this small token of our appreciation.
Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia Mondragon and I am a junior at Dreyfus. I have the absolute honor of coming up here today to thank my mentor, Miss Sally Nisberg. There's one thing I want to highlight about Miss Sally, and it's the fact that she cares. It's hard to find people like that nowadays. She's always willing to help Madeline and I on the weekends if we have any questions or if we need help. As busy as she still makes time for us and makes us a priority so that we're successful. I think the most important lesson I learned from Miss Sally was to make my own judgments for myself. From our very first session, the character pillar, Miss Sally told me that it was important to remember that not everything our speakers say I'm going to agree with, and that's okay. She made it clear that what's important is the fact that I make judgments that best fit my morals and apply to my personal circumstances, not the other way around. I was a little amazed that she had said that because sometimes as youth, we're taught that adults are always right because they have more experience. Because of her, I analyze the world around me differently and make sure the decisions I'm making are in my best interest. Thank you so much, Miss Sally. The conversations we shared will stick with me and guide me for the rest of my life. Please come up to the stage and accept this small token of our appreciation. Thank you.
And I'm a junior at Dreyfus School of the Arts. I walked into this program prepared to learn, and I did. Not only through inspiring stories and insightful curriculum, but through guidance and encouragement from my supportive and wise mentor, Miss Betsy Shear. She allowed us to reflect on the previous sessions, ensuring that we incorporated each pillar into the next and never allowing the chain of connecting ideas to break. Miss Betsy referred to the work we would do in preparation for that week's session, but she wouldn't let those ideas limit our discussion. She did an amazing job of intertwining the readings, our answers, the speakers, and her own experiences to make the Solomon Leadership Program a fruitful experience. She squeezed out every possible lesson we could learn and made sure we did learn it. I remember during the communication pillar, she elevated the lesson by bringing in her own resources, since communication is one of her specialties. She didn't hesitate to do everything in her power to make us great, and through her guidance and support, I am not only a better leader, but a better friend and a better human. Thank you, Ms. Shear, for your dedication to sculpting the leaders of tomorrow. I'm so grateful to have been mentored by you. She is not with us today because she's doing something in Israel right now, but we are grateful for her contribution to the program.
Hello everyone, my name is Charlotte Handel and I'm a sophomore at Dreyfus, but this speech isn't about me. I remember very early on into this program, sooner than I thought, I began to run out of business casual outfits. So by the 4th session, this particular flowery dress that I'm wearing right now became very on brand for me. Miriam and I were making coffee before the session started, and she looks at me and she said, "That dress." And she took a little pause, and I started to panic. I looked for food stains, I was looking for a straight thread, and then she continued, "It's just not you. What do you normally wear?" And it really shocked me because even such a short period of time, Miriam had such a way of understanding people that made you want to be around her more, and it made you look at yourself a little differently. Through Solomon, Sophia and I have been lucky enough to share our table with her, and there isn't a single session that we haven't talked past closing. Miriam wastes no time getting down to the root of any question and has even less of a problem arguing with us. As someone that has been in the program for so long, her passionate care and critiques of the curriculum were contagious. Miriam is the kind of leader that sets by example, one of the best and one of the rarest kinds. If all the pillars were decided by Miriam, all 8 of them would be character. I know this not only because she said it multiple times, but because she's a real testament to it. Miriam, you have made this program so special for us, and we could not thank you enough. I know you don't believe a word of the speech, but you have, you do, and you will continue to change lives, and I'm so glad it was mine. Please come up on stage and accept this small gift.
Hello everyone, my name is, wait, is this it? There we go. Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Klein and I am a sophomore at Suncoast Community High School. I want to thank you, Major General Ronald D. Silverman, for the time you spent teaching us about the fundamentals of leadership. We received a unique point of view on a lesson Solomon has taught us. Part of the reason I requested you as to be my mentor was your emphasis on free thought. During the empowerment pillar, General Silverman encouraged us to consider his philosophy of free thinking and questioning new